Hey ladies and gents, and everyone beyond. I am Mary Loon, and this is PS Plus Free Game Reviews. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at the bonus game of July 2020, and it's also part of the 10-year anniversary of PlayStation Plus, Erica. I'll work to not spoil Erica's secrets, but there may be some clips from later sections of the game, so this is your potential spoiler warning? So now, let's attempt to answer the question, as one of the free games of the month, was it worth it? Narrative. You are Erica, a young woman with a traumatic past. Her father was brutally murdered when she was a young girl, and she came face to face with his killer on that night. In the present day, you receive an anonymous package, a dismembered hand with a strange medallion inside of it. A cop takes her to Delphi House, an institute that he tells her is the safest place for her, as there is a protective detail on it already. Conveniently enough, it's the same institute that her father founded with another person, Lucian Flowers. From that point on, conspiracies unravel, a strange cult works in the background, or does it, and a cast of suspicious and enigmatic characters surround her. Your choices as Erica shape the narrative in some surprising ways in this brief thriller.
What are you doing?
Sometimes they come at night. They think I'm sleeping, but I know. Look under the pillow. You'll see.
There are a few different endings depending on how you choose to interact with the world and who you choose to trust. I can't say much more, but it's a weird, wild ride. Mechanics. You can either download an app to use your phone's touchscreen, or you can use the touchpad on your PS4 controller. I opted to use the PS4 touchpad. It didn't take too long to get used to how to interact with the controls, and it usually worked fine. The screen alights when you can make decisions, and usually gives you enough time to make them. Occasionally, you'll need to act quickly as the story ramps up.
Anger. Wait.
It's all right. Say whatever comes into your head.
Stab. Henley. It's too fast.
Art style.
See for yourself.
FMV is back, baby! Erica is a cinematic experience with moody lighting and richly detailed sets and locations. There are about a dozen or so actors who keep the immersion factor high. Holly Earl plays Erica, your avatar and the traumatized protagonist. Terrence Maynard plays Lucian Flowers, the co-founder of the Delphi House and a friend of your deceased father. Duncan Casey plays Sergeant Duncan Blake, the young police officer tasked with solving the case surrounding Erica.
It's Greek, isn't it? The Delphi Epsilon. Same as with your father.
Louise Bangay plays Dr. Rosa Ballard, a doctor at the Delphi House who oversees the young women who live there and receive extensive mental health treatment.
Anyway, this is you. You might recognize it.
At points, the game requires you to wipe layers away from the screen, almost like wiping grime and dust away from a long-forgotten piece of furniture. Erica's choices linger in the air, which reflects unease and apprehension that builds as you unravel the strange happenings of the plot.
I don't really get much sleep. I have nightmares.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Dr. Ballard heads up our neurology department. She might be able to help you.
Sound. Pro tip.
Okay?
You may want subtitles, even if you typically don't use them. I needed them since, as an American, I sometimes had difficulty understanding when the English cast would speak in low voices or would speak quickly.
Bathroom's through there. Down the hall.
The atmospheric score heightened the tension as the story progressed. that got pretty creepy at times. Replayability.
What's with their
There
strings?
are multiple different endings you can get, depending on the
We all need
choices
to
you
be kept
make.
safe.
I played through it 3 times just to see where some of the paths led. There are even more endings and weird paths that I didn't see when I captured the footage. There's enough going on in Erica to keep you coming back for multiple playthroughs. My opinion. I really enjoyed Erica. It feels like you're playing a movie, especially with the roughly 1.5 hour time investment and the moody lighting and atmosphere of the scenes. Erica is an empathetic protagonist, and you really want her to find the answers she needs and to find safe passage out of the threats that close in around her.
Couldn't we do it at Delphi House?
I tried, but I'm afraid Dr. Ballard put her foot down.
The other characters can be prickly or cloyingly sweet.
I like the rabbits best. They're my favorite.
And I found myself second-guessing every decision I made. Who should I trust? Who's lying? Is everyone lying? Am I lying? There were some mysteries that I wasn't able to unravel even in my 3 playthroughs, so I'll likely go back and try to figure them out.
It's you, Erica. It's always been you.
So, was it worth it? I can see this being a split decision for some people, who may be resistant to trying an FMV game that focuses wholly on the characters and narrative over traditional gameplay, but I would encourage anyone to give it a try. It's pretty short, and uses the FMV format in a fun and unique way to tell a wild story. To me, it was worth it. It was cool to be able to try this type of game that I've never tried before. The story and characters really sucked me in. I loved the style and look of Erica, and will likely seek out other FMV offerings in the future. But that's just my opinion. What did you think? Get at us in the comments and let's discuss if July's games were worth it or not. Also, don't forget to go to the PlayStation Plus store and download your free games every month. Because hey, they're free, and sometimes you'll end up with a few gems. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, because BabyNoobCakes and I take a look at the free games on PS Plus every month. Alright, peace out.